Oh, hi everybody. Welcome to day 21. I am so happy. Finally, I made it. And how are you all doing? And by this time, I think my mental clock has also been fixed to this. Um, so today is the Kriya, the fourth day after Gaurav's grandma expired, and we were busy with the whole thing since morning. And right after everybody left, and right after the whole thing was done, I just remembered, oh, it's six, and today's 21st day of this, and it feels a sense of completion of. Completing something that you committed for, and honestly this is what I am working on in 2019 because I think integrity I have been listening to, if I can put it this way. Hi Sanchita, how are you doing? Hi Sumit, thank you for showing up. And hi Pooja, hi Garima, really missing you here. And yeah, so uh, I have heard many successful people talking about integrity, and as simply as I can put integrity is doing what you said you will do. And for a while I realized that I was taking ease, joy, and glory to be easy, like to be callous, to be careless. And I started getting present to that for success, uh, for my vision, for what I'm on to creating and being. It's important to be to honor my words, to do what I say as I say I would do it. And yes, so finally day 21, and I'm making this video, and how does it get even better? So thank you so much for all your love, all your blessings, all the caring, and also for sharing, and also for your questions on all these 21 days. And what would it take for us to, hi Preeti, how are you doing? What would it take for us to really, like today when there was a lot of nice words I've been listening since morning. Shastriji was here, and I was actually wondering, like, how many of us actually plan our death? Death is something that we have been told in this reality that it's wrong, we should not talk about it, we should not look at it. However, I remember I was in college and I read this book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And in that book, Stephen Covey has actually done this, he actually did this exercise with the readers. Like while you're reading it, you're actually back of the mind, you're seeing it happening. That just imagine that you have parked your car and you are going to a death ceremony of somebody, and you enter, you can hear people murmuring, people talking about the person who just went. You can see the body language of the people, and there are people, there are people who are close to you, and you are wondering whose death ceremony has I come to. And right when you arrive there, so because he's a foreigner, so he wrote it about, like, you saw a coffin and a person in there, but right when you arrive there, you see the picture, and the picture is yours. And at that moment, when you realize that it is actually your death ceremony that everybody has come to, what would you like people to know you as? What would you like to feel at that point of time about the life you have just lived? And yeah, so what if, I mean, how many of us, like, we just live life because we're living it? What if while you're living your life, just because you have to live it, you have to manage your expenses, you have to, that paya, that chakkar of you have to manage either the school or the college or the marriage or the child, or the child school or the college or the marriage or the child, and then the child school or the marriage, college or the marriage or the child. Inside of that entire chakra view, you can take out, you can steal out, you can sneak out 5 minutes or at least 5 minutes of your time and ask, what brings me joy? And actually do it without any guilt. You know, no matter what it is, it can be anything. It can be singing, it can be acting, it can be just sitting and sipping a cup of tea. But 5 minutes of doing what brings you joy can actually save you from landing yourself into a hospital when you're dying, or spending a lot of money on your medicines and medical bills and all that. Because whether you know it or not, every thought, feeling, and emotion is creating an energy. And if it is not a thought, feeling, and emotion which creates ease and joy in your life, it creates disease, right? So if you really want to save yourself from the diseases in the future, and I have been somebody, so before I got into the healing work myself, I had cervical sinusitis, migraine, IBS, tinnitus. I had this weird stuff which was watering in the eyes, and it was like quite intense, because you know how it would be like if I'm sitting with you and I'm talking to you, you would ask me, why are you crying? And I would say, I'm not crying, my eyes are watering, I'm emotionally okay. But my eyes would keep watering, and I have been to so many doctors for it. They would only give me a eye drop, and they would tell me there must be some problem with your tear gland, try this one, but no result, you know. And then when I started understanding the way this entire science of energy, you know, how every thought, feeling, and emotion is impacting our physiology, our psychology has an impact on our physiology. And when I released and changed the thought process, those diseases just vanished, you know. And then when I got the freedom, I was literally in the space that, oh my God, world should know about this. I mean, I was taking allopathic, Ayurvedic, homeopathy, acupressure, all the treatment at the same point of time, because I was desperate to get the results, right? I had terrible sinus. I couldn't breathe, but it's like, it's been years now that it is gone, you know. I couldn't sleep properly. You know, there was a phase in my life where I couldn't sleep properly, but then now, like, I sleep like crazy now. So why am I sharing this with you is because, what if there is something beyond what we are told is, you know? What if there are still more spaces to explore, and just experience, like, you know, just see, when you do things that makes you feel happier, there's an energy you are in, you know. And we have been told in this reality that, oh God, there are so many points of view that stops you from being joyful. No, ज़्यादा मत हंसो, रोना पड़ेगा. When you are kids and you're growing up, you learn that there is an upper ceiling of joy, you know, like you are allowed to be joyful only up to that limit, you know. And it can be different for different people, but very soon in your life you realize इससे ऊपर खुश होते हैं ना तो डांट पड़ती है. And when you grow up, but your upper ceiling still remains there. And if ever you by mistake be more happy than that, lot of people start going into guilt. Lot of people start thinking that, oh my God, something wrong is going to happen, you know, without even realizing why are they thinking something wrong is going to happen when everything is so happy. You know, I have seen people who are like my clients who wanted to get married to somebody they like, and they with the healing and with the work I did with them, they ended up actually getting married to this person, but then right then they start feeling that कुछ गड़बड़ होने वाली है, कुछ खराब होने वाला है. Why? Because they are not supposed to be happy. We are not supposed to be happy in this reality. It's not allowed, you know. And what if joy is allowed? And what if you... So who you are is joy. Who you are is that vibration of joy, you know. And irrespective of whatever, you know, what if you can still be joy? And all the upper ceilings you have of joy, everywhere you're not allowed of more than that much joy, can we please let go of all of that? You know, so when you would be gone, would people know you for the joy you have been, or would people know you for the stress you have taken? How would you like to be remembered? Would you like to be remembered as somebody who was so much joy and creation and happiness and contribution? Or would you like to be remembered as somebody who was always stressed, who worked very hard and yet died with lot of dreams in your heart? Wow. Les Brown. I have heard Les Brown. I don't know how many of you knows Les Brown, but Les Brown is an amazing motivational speaker. And he says that the biggest loss of the mankind is the dreams that dies with the people who don't do anything about them. So what if, you know, and one tool of Access that really works is, if you would know that you cannot fail, what would you do? You know, if you cannot fail, what would you like to do? What would you like to create? What would you like to be? And everything that doesn't allow that, are you willing to let go of it? How about making your bucket list? And if you have ever made it, how about taking it out? You know, I love, I have my own ways of creating it. Like I have a diary, which is my ask list, and I love making vision boards, and you know, and my vision board is always there in front of me. And you know, even when I'm in the office or when I'm at the home, at my home, and there has been incidences in my life where logically it didn't make any sense for me to experience what I have put on my vision board. And in those moments, I have told myself that just because I promised myself, just because I told myself that I'm gonna do it and have it and experience it, I'm gonna have it. Even if it makes no logical sense, you know, and so many times, you know, guys, money control us. Money is the biggest way we have used to abuse ourselves. I have seen so many people, and I have been through that as well for a very long time, that, you know, that I really want to do this, but I don't have money. You know, and the minute you conclude that I really want to do this, but I don't have money, what have you done? So first of all, the word but. Oh wow. I thought I'm going to talk about but, right? So the word but, you know, grammatically what you do when you say the word but is you negate everything you said before but, and you put all your energy to everything that you said after the word but. So for example, if you say, I really want to do this, so it's a positive line. And usually we use the but right after a positive line and we say a negative line after it. And then you say, but I don't have money. So what you have done is you have made I don't have money more significant than I really want to do this. Can you actually do it after it? No, most probably not. how about replacing your butt with and? How about actually being in a space, I want to do this and I don't have money right now, yet what else is possible? And just being a question, because question just changes the energy of everything. And the minute you, so if you have any, so first of all, so all the conclusions you are already sitting on, so just consider कितने हम लोग अपनी लाइफ में कितने conclusions में जीते हैं. I can't lose weight, this person can never love me, I can never make money, my father can never value what I am and who I am. I don't know, you guys have to tell me some of yours, but so what if all those conclusions that you have fixated in your life are holding you back? And what would it take for you to be the question in those conclusions? How about just being a question? Everywhere you're concluding you can't lose weight, just ask. Rather, honestly, instead of, so I have spent years concluding that I am fat and I can't lose weight. Like, I think ever since I remember, I had this issue that I'm fat. And then I realized that I was just comparing myself with the wrong person. Honestly. So when I was 87 kg, I just realized that I used to feel that I'm fat even when I was 77 kgs, even when I was 67 kgs, and even when I was 57 kgs. So was it actually about the weight or was it just a mindset? Even when I was 57 kgs, I used to think I should be lesser than that. I used to think I should lose more weight. It was not about the weight. It was about the way I felt about myself. I feel I am much happier person today than I was when I was 57 kgs. And I just realized one day, almost I think last year or last to last year, that somebody who is 150 or 40 kgs would do anything on the planet to be 87. For her, 87 is very slim, right? And it keeps going on and on. Number is a very weird game. So what if it does not really matter what number we are? It does not really matter what number you see when you step onto the weighing scale. It is about who you are. I have seen women who just love themselves so much and the way they carry themselves, they find lover for themselves who just adore them for a lifetime. And I have seen women who are skinny and still they have a lot of judgment about themselves and they're always in inferiority complexes. And they do attract nice guys, but then eventually, because when you don't love yourself, even if the other person is loving you, you cannot receive it. So eventually, the dispute starts happening because even if the guy is trying to prove that he loves her, but if she doesn't love herself, she cannot receive that love. Yeah. So everywhere we have, and just consider how many things we have made significant in our life that are not significant at all. Like what all have you made significant in your life which are not significant at all? Like I have seen people who are not getting married and they are stuck in trying to get married. They may not even wish to get married, but they should get married because people say so. And they are talented and they can be super happy and they can be a super gift to the planet, but they are refusing to be that gift, but because they have decided that they can only be happy after they get married. And does that ever happen? Have you seen married people on the planet? It's changing. There are a lot of marriages which are very happy marriages now, but they have a very different rule. I think people who play happy marriages do not play by the game of this, by the rule of this reality of the marriage, And So what is your true joy? How about actually meditating on this question? Make joy your GPS. And everywhere you go into the guilt, because joy is not allowed on this planet, guys. Trust me, if, like, right now, for me, the kind of situation I have come out from right now, and I'm making this video just after a few minutes, talking about joy is also not allowed. It's like, it's weird. It's weird. Now, what if life goes on and things keep on, yet you don't lose the essence of who you are, and you still choose to have joy as your GPS? And trust me, just follow your joy and you would know what you are here for, and and you would have money too. If you are getting frustrated looking at people who are, according to you, just singing and just dancing or just and are making millions and billions of rupees or dollars or euros, whatever it is, instead of judging them, if you just ask a question, what is it that they are doing that we are not? So how about actually asking? Like, everybody in the world who's successful today, everybody that you may be jealous of, or you may be inspired by, or you may look up to, how about actually asking? Like, I grew up listening to things like, rich people are not happy, as if poor people are, and whatever point of view about rich people, all the money goes into doctors and lawyers. So no poor person has to pay money to doctor or lawyer. So these are just interesting point of view of the people who've never even given it a shot. And it can be anything, like, there people who are successful, they don't care about the judgment. They are judged a lot. Yet, if you would like to be successful, how about asking, what is it that they are doing that we are not? I actually started asking. I looked at few people I really look up to, and I was like, what is it that they are doing that I am not? Like, I have put in a lot of effort over these years to be where I am, and I was like, what is it that they are doing that I'm not? And as of now, two words which are really the words I'm playing with the energy of, which is integrity and discipline, because I realized that was definitely big time losing in my way of being. I would say there was a phase in my life where I was too much in integrity and too much in discipline, and I used to use that to judge people who were not in integrity and not in discipline. How this is how a lot of people live. Like, if you are doing something right, you use that to judge people, to prove your righteousness. So I would be before time, I would everything, like, I would do things the way they are meant to be, I would honor my word and all that, but I would use that earlier to probably judge people. And then I started experimenting, I would say started practicing not judging people, because judgment is one thing which definitely creates the kind of energy you would not like to have in your body. And I started practicing not judging, and I started realizing how much I was even judging myself when I would not be in integrity and when I would not be in discipline, and then I went through a phase of no integrity, and I won't say no integrity, but reduced integrity and reduced discipline. And I think now it's a phase when I'm learning to balance it. Right? Thank you, Karina. Thanks a lot. So, yes, Just two magical words. So, so one thing which there are a lot of friends of mine who've done courses with me where we really used to swear upon integrity and all of that. Yet, what if integrity is not about killing yourself for not honoring your word? What if integrity is about, what if your first integrity is with your own self? And what if honoring your word is also about doing what you said you would, and if you didn't, just be complete about it, just be okay about it, just honor that too. You don't have to kill yourself for it. Just acknowledge that too, that okay, I said I would do it and I haven't done it yet, so this is my next promise. Wow. So while I'm saying this, I just remember that I promised Gaurav yesterday that I'm going to make a creative for my upcoming workshop that I'm going to be doing on 17th of March in Delhi by today. So I'm going to, uh, create a fresh promise now, because with the way my day went, I haven't completed that, honored that word yet. So this is what it is. Like, okay, you promise something. A lot of time, what we do is when we promise something and we don't do it, we try to hide the face. We try to avoid the topic. We try to just get through. That creates disempowerment, because there you use more energy in trying to hide something than that energy can be used to create something. And when you live your life from the space that okay, I said, so like the bunk, right? Wow. So when you live your life being the bunk, that okay, I said I would do it and I haven't done it, and okay, what do we need to do to make it okay? We can give a fresh promise or we can do something. Actually, Karuna, and that's a very good question. So, Karuna, the answer that I'm about to give you is actually part of BARS manual, the Access BARS class, which is a one-day class that I facilitate as well. And there are so many other BARS facilitators who do it. That, and it is actually Gary who made me aware of this one thing, that in this reality, we think that when we are saying something negative for somebody, that is a judgment. But when we are saying something good for somebody, it is not a judgment. However, even when you are concluding someone to be right, good, perfect and correct, that is also a judgment. Because so how many times it happens with people, like I have had so many clients of mine who were in a relationship, and when they met this guy, they concluded that he, or a girl as well, but I'm just taking an example for a he, that he is a perfect guy for me, and he looked the way the person wanted, he used to behave the way the person wanted, he used to take care of her, take her out on dates and etc., be nice to her and all. And gradually this person starts becoming abusive. Now we do not have the choice in the matter, because we have concluded once upon a time that this is a perfect guy for us. So what that person start doing is, we start changing our own self. We start fitting into that person's reality. We start, we wonder that this guy is so nice and this guy is so perfect, and now he's behaving this way, the way he used to not behave, then definitely I would have done something wrong, which is making him behave this way. And then you start changing yourself, and you change yourself more, and you change yourself more, and you change yourself more, and the person keep getting more and more and more abusive. So instead of concluding that this is a perfect person, this is the right person, he's always right, etc., if he can be in a question, is this person a contribution in my life? Is this person valuable? Does this person value me? So because when you are in a question, you are always on the creative edge. You do not have to not be in your awareness. Because the minute you conclude somebody to be either right or wrong, because just think about it, that he who you have concluded as very good person may not always be very good based on your standards. And he who you have concluded as a very bad person may not be a bad person always. He may do some good things as well, but the way our human brains work is it does not want to keep working. It just want to conclude and be done with the job. So we come to a conclusion immediately and then we live that conclusion for the rest of our life instead of being in a question and staying in our awareness. And how does it get even better? Like today I met somebody that I have had some tiff with in the past, and I have, so it's very rare that I would have tiff with people. And it was so weird that when I met that person, I had no charge. The way my body used to, that the sensations of whatever used to come earlier, they were not there. And I was like, oh my God, everything is changing every moment. Neither I am the same person I was at that point of time when that tiff happened, and neither that person is the same person the way the person was when that happened. And it's so weird that I can just be okay about it, and I can just, talk to this person as if I've just met this person and start a fresh relationship. And that doesn't mean that I have to be friends to this person, but it just means that now the presence or no presence of that person does not affect me. It's a freedom of a very different level. So when we always see good things in people around us, it is a judgment too. And how much have we been told in this reality, aap achhe ho to sab achhe hain? Really? I have seen lot of achhe people, including myself before Access, bajoing their band. That's the best way I could put it. Because of this belief system. Because they thought ki this is the way it is supposed to be, that they are good, so people should be good. And they thought if somebody is being bad with them or putting them into a trouble, then they have to do more good. They only must have done something not too good to let this bad happen to them. And they go through this series of abuse because of that. So what if, lie, bust the lie. So what if it's a lie that आप अच्छे हो तो सब अच्छे हैं? I mean, सब अच्छे हैं और आप भी अच्छे हो. कभी कभी आप भी खराब काम करते हो, कभी कभी लोग भी खराब काम करते हैं. It's important to be in your awareness. It's important to be aware and safe and happy. No one can harm you if you do not allow them to harm you. No one can take your self-respect if you do not allow them to take your self-respect. No one can treat you the way you would not like to be treated if you do not allow them to treat you that way. So everywhere any one of us has been taking pride in being bichari and bichara, can we let go of that? What if you are no more bichari or no more bichara? What if who you are is a respectable person and you respect yourself first? You honor yourself first, and the world will follow it. Yeah? So, cool. Thank you so much for listening, watching, loving, caring and sharing. And with this, the 21 days video challenge comes to an end. And I really enjoyed it. I am soon going to start the 21 days video challenge in Hindi. I might start it after 15th of March because I'm traveling and I don't know how internet is going to be around the time I'm traveling. And yet And yet what else is possible? So let's see what else is possible. As of now, I'm going to be joyful about for completing this word of mine. And if you guys would want to see more videos of mine, please let me know. And I will also be sharing a link in the comment box later. Please, if you would like to, if there's any interaction you require, if there is any information you require, that link can be helpful. So you can also share that link to people you would like to ask me something, to be connected with me in certain way, or to know more about the work I do. So I'm going to be sharing that link in the comment box. And until the next video challenge begins, sure, Kanti, thank you so much. So until the next video challenge begins, I am going to say bye-bye to you. Thanks a lot for being with me over this wonderful journey. And I'm definitely going to see you with more Hindi videos. Till then, namaste.